Alrighty, so today we're going to be doing a challenge run here in Run 2 that involves completing all levels on intense speed, which is normally not something that people do. We're going to go ahead and get started here by collecting the bonus here in level 1. I am using a hack that allows me to be on intense speed from the start of the game. Normally you unlock intense speed after 100%ing one of the characters, which involves collecting all of the yellow orbs and beating all the bonus levels with all of the yellow orbs, but here I'm going to start on intense speed from the start to see if it's possible to 100% the game without switching off of intense speed the entire time. I'm just getting through the skater levels here, taking some pretty standard routes that I'm used to. Level 9 is fairly straightforward here. 10, we travel along the bottom of the level, collecting all of the bonuses. Here I use a back rotation in level 11 to save a little bit of time, using one rotation instead of two. Rotations in this game actually lose time because the game has to stop what it's doing to rotate the whole stage. On intense speed, the time saved from rotating less is actually less than it would be on fast speed and normal speed because the game is running at a faster pace. Here in Lightning Storm, I'm going to use a bit of a better route to collect that bonus a little bit easier. Acid Rain here has some pretty tricky platforming, which makes it a tough bonus, especially on intense speed. Yeah, but one interesting thing about this game is that the longer you hold the spacebar, the further you jump. And playing on intense speed, tapping the spacebar for a very short amount of time is usually really important. Here in The World Falling Apart, I have to do some really precise jumps, which does involve tapping the spacebar a lot to be able to hit those jumps. Here on 4th and 4th, landing on all of these top platforms is actually impossible, but thankfully we're able to skip a bunch of them and still collect the bonus. I fall off the stage there at the end of MC Escher, but I'm able to transition regardless. Here I'm going to be using a back rotation in level 23 to try to save some time, but I end up messing it up a bunch, so it's not really going to help me out much. I accidentally hold the spacebar there in 23, which causes me to die, but I'm able to get through it. Here in 24 is actually very difficult platforming. You have to tap the spacebar for pretty much one frame to be able to make that tiny jump onto the next stone, which you unfortunately cannot skip, so you can see me struggle here a lot, but thankfully I'm able to get it done. Here in level 25, I'm going to do a difficult rotation there to save some time. And that's going to get me into the bonus levels. Bumpy Path is a bit kind of RNG here because you just fall through the stage sometimes, but I'm able to get through it. Vector Skater is pretty easy here on Intense, just have to do this difficult jump at the end. Bonus 3 is also somewhat easy once you get this first rotation down, but the last rotation at the end here is quite difficult, but I'm thankfully... Oh, apparently I did not get it first try, so I hopefully get it second try here. There we go. Here in Icy Steps, you have to do some really difficult platforming, and you can see you can only rotate on the patches of ground that are actually light, which does make this quite difficult, but I'm able to get the bonus there. Here you're only able to rotate on one platform, which makes the platforming a bit difficult. And that brings us to the last bonus level for Skater. There's some really difficult ceiling rotations here that you have to nail. And sometimes if you hit the ceiling, if you unfortunately hit the edge, you do not rotate, which makes this quite difficult. But I'm thankfully able to do it, and that's gonna 100% Skater, so I'll be moving on to Runner on Intense Speed. Now, I'm actually quite used to Runner on Intense Speed because this is what we do during 100% runs of the game, which I currently have the world record for. You play Skater on Fast for the entire time to unlock Runner on Intense Speed, and then you play on Intense Speed for as long as possible, which I do until level 25, and you'll see why. Here in 7, gotta do a difficult rotation there. Here in 8, I'm actually gonna rotate on the outside edge to save a couple rotations there. A bit of more optimal route there. Level 10 is pretty standard with just some short hops to get through it. Straightforward, yeah, you know, I have to take the side path here to be able to get the bonus. The main path, you don't even have to do anything. Yeah, but this is all stuff that I'm very used to during the 100% speedrun, but it is still pretty difficult, and I do end up dying a couple times like I do in the world record for that category. Here I have to do some really, really short jumps there to not be able to get through the gaps and not die. Level 15 here is actually really difficult because of this last jump here, which you'll see. You kind of have to fall off the side of the platform and land on the line below it. And I do struggle with this a little bit. I do fall off the end there, but I'm able to still complete the level. Level 17, you just take the bottom route here to be able to get the bonus. And then level 18, you can take a route that involves the rotating on the outside edge, but I just decided to complete it the normal way, since it really isn't any slower. And I'm able to collect the bonus. In level 19, I use a bit of a weird route there that saves a rotation. Here on Turbine, you just have to rotate on the back of some of these platforms. 21, you have to do a difficult jump here on the outside to be able to collect the bonus. Level 22, there's a difficult ceiling rotation there that I thankfully got. And here in Pins and Needles, there's actually a pretty difficult jump to get this bonus at the end. You kind of have to grab it while you're falling off the platform and jumping. So I do get it right there. Runes, you just have to rotate here to be able to run on the ceiling of the level. But it is all pretty standard. And here in 25 is where things get really difficult. As you can see, these platforms are really close together, and you have to hit every single one. This involves some really precise jumping and moving left and right to be able to do. And only a handful of people in the community have ever gotten this bonus like this, but I thankfully get it pretty quickly. And I'm on to the runner bonus levels. So it does feel like I'm almost done, but there's going to be a bit of a bump in the road that we'll see here in a bit. I try to go for a bit of a faster strategy there, but I'm not able to do it, so I just take the standard route here, jumping on the little spikes. And here in miniature, I just gotta do a somewhat difficult rotation here, and the rest of the level is pretty standard. Here in Chasms, you have to do a bit of difficult platforming, and then we get to bonus 4. This level is very, very difficult, and is the reason why this challenge run is really a challenge run. You cannot jump a single time in this level, for if you do, you land on the ceiling, and you're not able to collect the bonus or complete the level at all. You can see me messing up these beginning platforms, but these are just a cakewalk compared to what you're about to see, so I'm just going to speed up the video here. You can see how many times I fail. Yeah, it's just very difficult. So I'm able to get almost to the end there, and I fall off. Those last few platforms at the end are extremely difficult, and is very, very difficult to do. And there, I almost get to the end, but I unfortunately die. So I keep attempting for several more minutes, failing at the end a bunch, and before the end a bunch as well. In the normal 100% run, I actually take the speed down to normal to be able to do this consistently. And even then, it's still somewhat difficult. There, I collected the bonus, but I unfortunately fell off the edge of the level, so it's not going to count. And then here, I approach it again. I collect the bonus and fall off again, not even landing on the ending platform. Gotta attempt this for several more minutes. And get another chance to go far here. And I fall off right at the end once again. But finally, around 15 minutes and 30 seconds into this challenge run, I was finally able to do it. Falling off the edge there, but it is alright. Here in 5, I do a bit of a weird route to get this bonus that's a little bit faster. That just involves a difficult jump there through that opening. And then here in 6 is a level that we generally play on fast speed, because it's actually really hard to do this jump at the end that you'll see me mess up quite a few times here on Intense. I messed it up once, and I messed it up again, and I messed it up again, and again. But finally, here I'm going to be able to do it on Intense speed. Just a couple more jumps, one ceiling rotation, and I fell off the edge, but it counted. Completed run 2, every single level played on intense speed. Now I'm going to demonstrate something that's much more difficult than anything I showed in this video. And using the cheat code that you get from 100%ing the game, I'm actually able to play on Skater in the runner levels. And here I'm trying to beat bonus 4 here on intense speed. And you can see I'm just getting absolutely nowhere. I am fairly certain that beating this with Skater on intense speed is impossible. I don't think I've even done it on fast speed even. It is just completely, you know, infeasible to be able to land on these platforms correctly. And you saw how much I struggled with runner on intense speed. This is, you know, at least 50% faster than that. So unfortunately, I don't think this will ever be done. Maybe with the task or something it'll happen, but as it stands, that sort of challenge is impossible. But that's going to close out the challenge run. I completed every single level in run 2 on intense speed, bonuses included, 100%ing the game, and in around 17 minutes and 20 seconds. So, yeah, I think I did a decent job here. I'm sure if I attempted it again, I could probably do better, but happy with that, what I was able to do here, and I hope you liked my commentary on this challenge run. Make sure to hit the subscribe button for more speedruns and videos like this, and make sure to follow me on Twitch, twitch.tv/itsmaximum for live speedruns. Thanks for watching.